Hello students, in the previous video we have seen how we can use branching statement in Python, that is if and if else. So in this video we are going to see if, elif and else. When multiple conditions are there, how we can use these multiple conditions in Python scripting. So let us see how we can use this one. So this is the syntax when we use if, elif and else. So what is the use of this one? The elif is short for else if. Okay, so when two conditions are there or more than two conditions are there, instead of writing else if means another condition, we can write here elif. So this is the combination of else and if. It allows us to check for multiple expressions. If the condition for if is false, it checks the condition of the next elif block and so on. So this is the syntax of if, elif and else. So how we can write this one? If, then expression, as we have seen in the last video. Expression is the conditional expression. You should write expression with the help of conditional operator or comparison operator. Then colon is there, and after this one you should write all the statements, those who want to execute, you want to execute when the conditional expression in if remains true. Okay, so again we can write here single statement or group of statements inside if expression. Okay, so you should start with if expression colon statements, then elif. Elif, this is the combination of else if. Okay, so you can write like this, elif, then expression, whatever expression, second conditional statement you want to check, you can write here, again write here colon, and then the statements which you want to execute. Okay, so this is the elif part. And other than this, means if this is not true, if this expression is not true, if this expression is not true, then what to do? Okay, or else what to do? So you should write it in else part. So else statement, again you can write here one statement or number of statements. So again as I said, you should take all the statements inside if by using tab space. So inside if, again within elif, again you should write like this, and again within else you should write like this. So use indentation. What is the use of indentation? So indentation indicates the beginning and the end of if block. Okay, so when we start indentation, interpreter indicates that, interpreters understand that this is the beginning of if, and when we close indentation, when we stop indentation, so interpreter consider that this is the end of if. Okay, so elif you should start with if, else again you should start like else if, elif. Okay, and all the statements you should write by using tab space. So this is the syntax of if, elif and else. So how it will execute? So this is the flow of this if, elif, else. So first we have to check here expression, test expression of if. This is the first expression. Okay, so we are going for this one. If it is true, okay, if that particular expression is true, then it will execute body of if. Means what? Number of statements present within this if. Okay, or else means if condition remains false. So when condition remains false, it will take control to elif. Okay, if this expression, conditional expression remains false, it will take control to elif. Again within elif, it will check another expression. So test expression of elif. Again it gives two values, either true or false. Okay, so if it is true, then it will execute body of elif. Means what? If the expression after elif it remains true, okay, so it will execute the statements within elif. Okay, and when it will remain false, when this conditional expression it remains false, it will execute the statements, that is body of else. So it will execute the statements within else. So what is the meaning of this one? If this conditional expression remains true, it will execute this one. Okay. So if this expression remains false, it will take your control to elif. Then it will check for this conditional expression. If it is true, it will execute this statement. Okay. And if this expression false, then it will go for elif. If this expression again false, then it will go to execute the else part, and then it executes all the statement present within else. Okay, so this is the flow. This is the flow diagrammatically shown here. This is the flow of if, elif and else. Okay, so let us see how we can use this syntax in Python script. So example is like this. Script to check number is positive, negative or 0. So we have seen this in algorithm. Same question we repeated here. You should assign one number and our script is going to check whether the number is positive, negative or 0. So 3 conditions are there. Look here. 3 outputs are there. Number may positive, negative or 0. Okay. So if we enter 5, you should print positive. If we enter -5, you should print negative. If you enter 0, you should write here 0. Okay. So likewise, you should print the output. So here x is equal to 1. So here assignment statement is there, x is equal to 1. How we can check this one? So if x greater than 0. Okay, so this is the first one. How we can say this number is positive, negative or 0? So if that number is greater than 0, number is positive. Okay, manually we can do like this. If entered number is greater than 0, that number will be positive. If it is less than 0, that number will be negative, or else that number will be 0. Okay, so like this we can write here conditional statement. If x greater than 0, print x is positive. If, okay, else part of this one. Again we have to check one more condition here. If x less than 0, then print x is negative. And else part of this one. This is neither greater than 0 nor less than 0, then it would be 0. Okay, so else part, what it does here, print x is 0. Okay, so these are the conditional statements. Here we used if, again conditional expression, and then else part, because we have 3 answers. From these 3 we should print only 1. So how it will execute? So when x is equal to 1, it will check if x is equal to 0. Okay, so when it is being executed, so what it returns? It returns true. Okay, x is greater than 0 because 1 is greater than 0. So if condition is true, it will execute the statements within if. So it will print x is positive, that is 1 is positive. Okay, then it will check x less than 0. No, x is not less than 0, so it will skip this one. Else part, it will automatically skips this one. So we will get output 1 is positive. Okay, so same script for another input. X is equal to 0. We have assigned 0 value to the variable x. Then what is the conditional expression here? If x greater than 0, it will print x is positive. If x less than 0, x is negative, else x is 0. So how it will get executed? So here x is 0. So first it will check if x greater than 0. So is it true or false? It is false. So it will take control to elif. Okay, it will skip this statement. It will skip print statement because the condition is false. So it will take your control, Python interpreter take program control to elif. Again it will check if x less than 0. Okay, then is it true or false? X is 0, 0 is not less than 0. So again it skips this statement and it will take control to else part. Okay, because x is not greater than 0, x is not less than 0, then else it prints x is 0. So we will get output like this 0 is 0. Okay, so here it prints the value when the first condition remains true. Here it prints the value when first condition becomes false, second condition becomes false, then Python interpreter takes control to the else part and it displays x is equal to 0. Okay, so likewise you can write here multiple conditions with the help of if, elif and else. Let's see another example. So this is the one more example. Again this example we use this example in algorithm also. We solve this by using test if. So what is the question here? Enter any digit and display it in word format. So if we enter 1, you should print ONE. Okay. If you enter 5, you should print 5. Okay. So whatever corresponding word is there, you should print that one. So how many digits are there? We have digit. Digit is different from number. Okay. When we write 1, 5, that is the 15. 15 is a number. How many digits are there? 2. What type of digits are there? 1 and 5. Okay. So this is called as digit. So you should write here a script to find out digit. Okay, to display digit in word format. So here day is equal to int input, enter any digit. You should enter this digit in 0, okay, in integer format. So here variable is taken as day is equal to int input, enter any digit. So you can change here variable, you can write here d or digit. Okay, so if day is equal to 0, it prints 0. If it is 1, then it will print 1. If it is 2, it will print 2. If it is 3, it will print 3. So like this, it will repeat, it will check for all digits from 0 to 9. Okay. So what is our input here? 5. So it is 0, no. So it will skip this one, it will take your control to this one. Is it 1? No. So it will take control to 2. Is it 2? No. So it will take control to 3. Is it 3? No. It will take control to 4. Is it 4? No. It will take control to 5. Yes, it is 5. Now it prints 5. Okay, so you will get here 5. Again all the remaining conditions are false, so it will skip that one. So you will get here answer as 5. Okay, so you will get here 5. So this is with the help of if, elif and else we can write here multiple conditions. So this is the question, this is the script to find out, to display digit in word format. So you can change this one, you can write here d or you can write here digit. Okay, so when I copied some text to this one, it becomes day. So you can change this variable name, you can take any of this one. Okay, so this is the script to check to display the digit in word format. Okay, here we use multiple conditions. So let us see another example. Here enter any day of week in numerical format and display it in word format. So you know that our days of week are starting from Monday and ending with Sunday, or you can start it from Sunday to Saturday. Any logic you can use. I have taken here 1 as Monday and 7 as Sunday. Okay, so you can start from either Sunday or Monday. So here you should input digit in word format, numerical format, integer format. So day is equal to input any digit. So here you can write here input any day. Okay, enter any digit. So 5. So if day is equal to 1, it prints Monday. If day is equal to 2, it prints Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. One part I included here, else part of this one. If someone gives 8, so what happens there? It gives none value, means no output is there for 8, so it will skip that one and it takes control to the Python prompt. But I have written here else wrong input, means what? If user enters other than these 7 values. Okay, if user enters 9, it will print wrong input. If user enters -5, it will print wrong input. Like this, you can check validity of your input. Okay, so else, these are our input, these are the corresponding outputs. If user enters other than these values, your Python should print wrong input. Okay, so I wrote here else part of this one as print wrong input. Okay, so here we inputted 5 number, so it will check again like the previous one. It will check for 1, so it will skip this Monday. It will check for 2, it will skip Tuesday, then 3, 4 and 5. When it comes to 5, it will print Friday. Okay, so our answer is Friday and it will skip all the remaining statements. Okay, so by using this one, we can write corresponding day for the numeric value by using if, elif and else. Okay, what is this part? Got it? Else part, what I have written here is if user enters other than these values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If user enters 8, it gives you wrong input. If user enters -1, it will give you wrong input. So whatever input given by the user, accordingly the Python interpreter prints the output. Okay, so you can write here else print wrong input. Your input is invalid. You should enter number between 1 and 7. So whatever text message you want to print for invalid input, you can write here. So like this, we can solve so many problems by using if, elif and else. So what is the syntax of this one? How we can write statements for these multiple conditions? How we can retrieve output from this one? So with the help of these examples, we can solve such types of problems. Okay, so we will see practical session of this one, how we can write this, how we can solve this. Okay, so how we can write this one. So here is your screen. You can start your Python environment. This is your Python environment. Run this one, Python shell. So you will get Python prompt. So we will write here to check positive, negative or 0. How we can write? X is equal to 0, suppose. Okay, if then x greater than 0, right here s, it will take automatically. Inside if print x is positive. Okay, when we want to write number is positive. This is the first part. Then else part of this one, elif. Okay, what is the another condition? X less than 0. Okay, this is the second condition. So print, how we can write it? Print x and then is negative. Okay, x is negative. This is the second condition. Else part of this one. Else is if it is not greater than 0, not less than 0, then it would be 0. So print x, write within bracket is 0. Okay, press here enter key. One more time you have to press enter key. You will get output like this. This is 0. Okay, so you can write script for digit, means to print digit in word format, or you can type script to find out day of week in word format. So like this you can do number of mathematical problems. So you try this, you solve all the questions, means positive, negative, 0, digit in word format, day in word format, like this. And one assignment is given there, you solve this. If you have any query, so post it to my personal WhatsApp number, I will check it. Okay, so do all the questions carefully. Okay, so thank you.